It's a cliche because yes, it works. It can really be a growth multiplier, but it really depends on the niche that you're going after. Just because you niche down doesn't mean that you're going to be successful and that you're going to get results. In this video, we're going to be going over 7 deceptively simple tips that are guaranteed to increase sales for your SaaS company. Hi, my name is Matt Ackerson. I'm the founder and CEO of AutoGrow.co, in case you maybe already know that, maybe you don't. But why should you listen to anything I have to say? Well, I've bootstrapped my company from 0 to over 7 figures. We were able to grow for a brand new productized service, very similar to a SaaS business model, because we do build our own custom software to go with it as well. From 0 to over $1 million in 18 months. Also in the past, I've built a SaaS product from scratch. I'm a developer myself, and these tips are tailored in this video specifically for SaaS companies, although even if you aren't a SaaS company, if you're a productized service, if you're an agency, even if you're a coach or an e-commerce business, you can get a ton of value from this. If you are a part of a small team, or maybe you're a solo SaaS founder, a lot of times, your version 1 of your product, it's going to be built completely by you. And a lot of SaaS founders who are technical, like that can be your strength, but it can also mean that you may not be strong in other areas. For example, just having strong marketing skills or having a well-developed sense of emotional intelligence. And I don't mean that to sound insulting or anything, but it's just a common pattern among a lot of engineers and developers. But that doesn't mean that you can't learn to be great at marketing, whether you're an engineer, a SaaS founder or not. These are all skills that you can acquire, and it's something that I have learned myself, starting completely from scratch. But I learned much more effective ways to do marketing and sales. So learn from me, learn from my experience as well as my mistakes. So let's get into the first tip. First tip is back up your facts with data in order to increase your sales. So if you have a landing page, you can just add so much credibility to it if you just use borrowed social proof. So just cite third-party case studies, third-party pieces of research. It might feel a little uncomfortable at first, but it just makes sense. Basically, whenever you are making the claim of, for example, you're talking about the problem, usually to open up your sales page, which is probably going to be your homepage, you can again inject more credibility to the story and the problem that you are explaining to people by saying, okay, 35% according to blah 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 and 72% according to blah blah blah. It just makes it more interesting. It gives legs to what you're saying. And more than that, you want people to be relating to what you're saying, but the data is very helpful too, especially when it comes to the section where you're introducing your solution and you're talking about the top benefits. So for that section, I strongly recommend that you make a claim, about, the benefit. You explain the feature, which is how you deliver said benefit. That's what a feature is. That's why you don't lead with features. You lead with, okay, what is the benefit? And then let's reinforce the idea and educate people on why they want this particular benefit. So back up your facts with data to increase your sales. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is create a blog to generate leads and traffic to increase SaaS sales. That's kind of general, all right? If you're a beginner, great. You just learned that you should be writing content. Cool, write content. More specifically though, if you're already doing some of this and you want to know how to do it better, it can sound a little obvious, but think about what exactly you're doing. Are you being strategic in writing content specifically that is about the problems that your target audience has? And that can be directly or indirectly related to what it is you're selling. Because if you are writing content that is going to appeal to your target audience, the best way to do that is to provide value. How do you provide value? Well, the easiest way, and this is, I think, great for anyone with an engineering type of mindset, especially if you're a solo SaaS founder, you maybe built this on your own and you're looking for how to ramp it up. So this is very logical. It's what is a problem, small, big, an annoyance, a pain point that your target audience has. Who are you selling to? What are their problems? Pick one, write a detailed blog article that if they take action on it, that the reader in your target audience will get a result. And that's all you need to do. Help them solve a problem. And in return, you're building goodwill. It's like you're making deposits into the relationship bank account, and people are going to like that and value that very much. And they're going to be much more open to hearing what you have to say in terms of actually considering, your SaaS product. So write about content that is specifically designed to solve problems for your target audience is. And if you don't know who your target audience is, encourage you to spend more time doing that. And if you need just a quick tip or hack, go to Amazon, read the book reviews of people who you believe are in your target market, and you can kind of get better inside their head about what is the tone, how do they like to communicate, what are their preferences, and what are their problems as far as how they might express it in terms of replying to book reviews, which some of those books might be addressing some of the problems that you might want to address in your blog content, perhaps just in a simpler, more condensed format. Third tip is providing excellent customer support, and specifically, I want to focus in on onboarding. So a while back, I heard an interview where the founder of Baremetrics, I believe he was on the Mixergy podcast. Shout out to Andrew. You're an inspiration to all of us, dude. So the Baremetrics founder, which provides a SaaS tool for anyone who's on Stripe to hook up their Stripe and see their recurring revenue analytics, churn rate, give them actionable tips and other benefits. So he, as a solo SaaS founder, found that his lifetime value of a customer went up dramatically when he would actually get on a one-on-one call to walk customers through how to get maximum value from his tool. And that was just one key tactic that he said that helped him to increase his sales. Not on the front end necessarily, although you could actually advertise this as an added benefit. People might really value it if you advertise it in advance. Hey, we're going to give you a one-on-one onboarding. It's going to be customized to your goals. You have to answer all your questions. I'm going to walk you through it, hold your hand. It's going to be growth. It's going to be whatever top value proposition benefit you're promising. It's going to be awesome, but I'm going to be there to support you. That's the key thing. And it's going to be a human connection. So there is emotional and a human bond that is built, and that helps as well, just as well as the value that you're giving on the call towards increasing the customer lifetime value or client lifetime value. All right, so for the next tip, you want to target your marketing. And this is another way of saying, I suppose, niching down. And I kind of say that ho-hum because it's a cliche, because yes, it works. It can really be a growth multiplier, but it really depends on the niche that you're going after. Just because you niche down doesn't mean that you're going to be successful and that you're going to get results. Trust me, this is something that we went through recently, which I'll talk about in a future video. If you want to hear about that, please leave a comment below. Also, like and subscribe if you're enjoying this and getting value from it. We keep improving all the time. We keep coming up with new topics to give you guys maximum benefit. So anyway, niching really means saying no to everyone. So you're not talking just to everyone, and it helps you just kind of focus your mind in terms of writing content and writing copy that is going to be more engaging, persuasive, and relevant. So for example, a study by HubSpot found that 72% of marketers believe that targeted marketing is essential for generating leads. According to another study by Convince and Convert, they found that 80% of consumers will not respond to marketing messages that are relevant to their interests. Okay, so there's some data to back it up, but you can probably already intuitively know that if a message is more relevant to you, just like this article, we're talking more tailored to SaaS founders. So if you are a SaaS founder, you probably tuned in or more likely to tune in right at the beginning because we're calling out your type of business. So relevance matters in that way. And you should strongly consider, especially if you're early on, or especially if you find that your sales haven't really been going anywhere, is who are you selling to? Who is the solution most valuable for? And ensuring too that market is ideally a growing market with the money to spend. Next tip is build relationships with influencers. Influencers can be a great way to reach new customers. Specifically, what is happening here? Why does this work? It's the law of scale in action. Go check out the 11 laws of sales funnel physics on the Autogrow blog if you haven't already. Law of scale says that to get to scale, in other words, to grow sales, for example, you must leverage that which has scale. Influencers have an existing distribution network. That's part of what makes them influencers. And you can build relationships with them and maybe even turn some of them into affiliates For example, by offering a free account, maybe in exchange for a genuine review on their website or that they post throughout their social media channels. Or if you're earlier on, just ask for feedback. Say, hey, I had this tool, it's gonna solve this problem for you, and just be authentic. Don't have your emails be written by ChatGPT. Just reach out as a human being, and some people will respond, and just ask for feedback, to start even. That feedback and that distribution that you ultimately might be aiming at is invaluable. And again, it can just be one influencer to start. Just focus on getting one who is just in your corner, who's a fan of what you're doing, who's giving you valuable feedback, or who's like, yeah, this solves a really big problem. I love this. I want to, intrinsically, they want to recommend it. Because if you are providing value, if you're providing a great product, there's not much reason why they wouldn't want to recommend to their audience. And again, you can maybe even make them an affiliate if that would help to incentivize them. Okay, second to last tip is optimize your email campaigns to increase SaaS sales. More specifically, in terms of optimizing your email campaigns, something that I think is especially relevant to founders who may be more technical, which is often the case with SaaS founders, is think about 2 laws from the 11 laws of sales funnel physics. Again, go Google that if you're interested. The 11 laws of sales funnel physics, auto grow. But it's the law of emotion and it's the law of loss. Okay, so just leveraging these 2 laws of sales funnel physics in the way that your emails are written and in the way that you present your offer can help you to significantly increase your sales. For instance, I don't recommend doing sales and discounting as a general rule, because then you can kind of program your audience to really just only want discounts, and that's kind of a race to the bottom. Instead, focus on maybe stacking value. So for example, say if you sign up today, what I'll do is I'll give like a 1-month coaching program, for free, included with it, or some other type of added benefit. Maybe you could partner with an influencer who maybe has their own course or info product, and you can bundle it in that way too. That could be a great example of co-marketing. And law of emotion, it doesn't have to be all logical. And you combine that with the law of loss to flip the fear. This is a tactic I like to talk about as being effective. Flip the fear. People are often fearful of actually doing something, of signing up, of spending the money, of signing up for, a SaaS subscription. You're gonna bill my card every month? What the hell? Don't do that. Give me your product for free. No, it's valuable. You're gonna have to pay for it. So law of emotion, law of loss, flip the fear. What's the consequences of not signing up? What are the consequences of inaction? That should be framed in a way so that the fear of not taking action is reversed, at least in terms of how you can frame it. And be genuine about it. Don't just BS your way through it or whatever. Make a logical case, and using emotion, like appeals to emotion, in there as well, and your copy within your emails is going to be a lot more effective. Final tip is, and this might be the best one of all, be patient, because it's a gradual, often ramp up. There are a lot of different tactics that you can use to increase your sales, but even doing those, it takes time to learn those, why they work, and how best to implement them and continuously optimize them. So be patient. According to a study by CB Insights, they found that the average time it takes for a startup to achieve product market fit is 4.4 years. So I started AutoGrow in 2010. That's when we started. We were an agency. It's been 13 amazing years. I just never stopped learning. I love the team, love where the company's at, and I love even more where we're going. So be patient, be curious about the marketing aspects. Think about it with the curiosity and the intrigue of a child. Why is that? Why is it that way, and why is it not this other way? Take it as a positive challenge, because it's going to take time. It's going to take time to build that critical mass and to get your company to where I know that you can get it to be. So with that, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you're interested in delegating all of your digital marketing tasks and projects, check us out at autogrow.co. And other than that, I will see you in the next video. Keep auto growing and stay focused.